Behind me is a picture of the brain during a seizure. It starts off right here, starts off slow. It's on the same, so it's on the left side of the brain, and then as it progressively gets, as the seizure goes on, it gets bigger, and you can see that it starts getting it starts spreading out more. According to brainfacts.org, epilepsy is a chronic brain disorder that affects nearly 50 million people worldwide. And as some of you guys may know, my little sister is one of those 50 million people who suffer from epilepsy. From 9 months to the age of 14, she still deals with the troubles from staying focused in class or being able to retain information or just to live a normal life without having to worry about going to school or just going out in public and having a seizure. Epilepsy isn't something that is just noticeable. You can look at somebody and just tell they have it. You can be sitting next to somebody in class who has epilepsy, or you can just know, or there can be someone in your family who has it. Today I'm here to inform you all on how epilepsy affects the way a child learns and how medications and treatments can be used to control epilepsy and seizures. Having epilepsy and trying to be successful in school is probably one of the more difficult things that people with epilepsy have to go through. According to the Journal of Learning Disabilities, 48% of children exceed the cutoff for learning disabilities in at least one academic area, and the other 52% tested with a learning disability in more than one academic area. This right here shows the scores of the kids, or the percentages of kids who have learning disabilities in reading, math, and writing, and then the total of everything combined. Looking at this, it shows how kids are tested in the study who have disabilities in at least one academic area or more. There was another study done by the Journal of Learning Disabilities. It's more of like a research, and it says that most children who have earlier onsets of seizures are more likely to struggle in classes and are more likely to have more learning disabilities in more than one subject in school. My little sister is a prime example of that, since she has had her seizures since she was 9 months, and she does struggle in basically all of her classes, except like one or two maybe. I've seen her have to deal with and cope with her having to do extra things. She has to work twice as hard as a normal kid. She leaves classes to go get help. She takes tests in another room. She gets tutoring. She doesn't like it. She does all these extra things that probably not like a normal student would have to do. Even though she's had it for such a long time, all the obstacles that she has to face when she was younger, they get progressively worse just because there's other things. Like she gets older, there's older kids, there's bigger school, middle school, high school. These are things that she just deals with, take other kids that deal with, and then that they have to deal with on a daily basis. There are treatments and medications for it. Medication is probably one of the first things given to a patient. There's 3 that I'm most familiar with. The first one is called Lamictal. Lamictal is a little pill like this. It's white, and it can be given to you. You see this line? It can be given to you in half dosages, or in a pill, like a full pill and a half of it, or both pills. The way it works is when a seizure starts to occur, it starts shooting brain signals faster than the brain can actually function it. So when you take the Lamictal, and when a seizure is about to occur, it shoots the medicine back at it just as fast as little brain frequencies are trying to shoot for a seizure. So it'll counterbalance it, and it'll just control it and stop it. The next one I have is Keppra. This is the second one that my sister actually took when she was growing up. It does the same thing, but with this one, there's no actual thing that it actually does. It's just a thing that it's supposed to do. There's never been an actual research done where it'll say, yeah, it does this. It's supposed to do it. This one does the same thing as the Lamictal. The third one I is called Omvi. This is the most recent one my sister's been taking. This one, it's like the same thing as a Kepler. There's no actual thing that it's supposed to do. It's just things that they say it can do. This one, it's supposed to affect the neurotransmitters in your brain that affect the way the brain cells communicate. So it'll just do the same thing as the other one. And the most recent thing that my sister's gone through isn't medicine. She actually had a seizure in the summer in June that it's called a vagus nerve stimulator, and it goes into, it's a seizure, it's a surgery, and they open your chest up right here, and they put another incision behind your ear, and they implant it kind of like right above your heart a little bit, and it goes all the way up to like the part of your brain where the seizures occur the most. And every time you're gonna get a seizure, it does the same thing kind of as the medicine, but instead of having to take it, it does it all the time, and it'll just shoot little like brainwave things or whatever it is, and it'll go through the wire, and every time that it's gonna have one, it shoots it, and it'll just completely stop it. And ever since she's actually used this, she hasn't had one, so she hasn't had one since June 5th of this year. And